In 2008, during a presidential campaign town hall with John McCain, a woman said, "I can't trust Obama. I have read about him and he's an Arab." Immediately, McCain took the mic away from this woman and said, "No, ma'am. He's a decent family man and a citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on fundamental issues." We need to operate from a place of truth. We have to tell the truth. The events of the past week have been horrifying to watch, absolutely horrifying. This is not a political difference. This is not about Republicans versus Democrats. This is about the United States versus domestic terrorists. And we had both Mitch McConnell and Mitt Romney saying the same thing. It's over. We have to tell the truth. Last week was an incredibly dark day in our country. We saw broken windows. We saw people wipe feces on the floor of our United States Capitol. We saw people stealing property. But what terrified me and shakes me to my core is seeing the gallows that were built outside of the US Capitol, is seeing men who clearly had a plan, who had plans of the building. We're learning more and more every single day about people who had planned this attack, who went in with zip ties, who were planning on taking hostages, and it's very clear that it could have been so much worse. And it all began with this idea that the election was stolen. Later in the afternoon, when the president finally put out a statement via video, the first words out of his mouth were, "The election was stolen." It is a lie. And let's call it what it is. It's a lie that's based in conspiracy theories that center around QAnon, among other things. So let's just rip the door open and talk about what that means. Because if we validate that lie, if we say that the election was stolen, then it validates the reality for people that the government is actually run by a Satanist cabal of pedophiles, that Donald Trump is the only one who is sent from God to stop that, and that the election is stolen from him. That is the reality that many of these people operate in. They don't care. They don't care if we're Democrats or Republicans. They will overthrow the government to save Donald Trump because they believe they're saving children. And if we validate the lie that the election was stolen, despite more than 60 lawsuits, despite every election official, despite canvasses and audits and every physical point of evidence pointing to the truth, which is that at the top of the ballot, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris won the presidency, and down ballot, many Democrats lost their seat. That's how elections work. We have to tell the truth. And if we don't, I am very worried about what this means for the future of our country, of our state. Because people who believe in this reality have already tried to do so much worse. A man believing that there was a ring of children in the basement of a pizza parlor broke in and opened fire. Another man had a standoff at the Hoover Dam. This week at the Capitol, a Capitol officer was bludgeoned to death. 5 people are dead. We have to tell the truth as we go into a new year. We can disagree on policy. We can disagree on how we tax citizens and how that money is spent. We can disagree on how we respond to COVID-19. But if we do not start with the basic reality of what is true and what is not, and tell people the truth, it's a nice republic if you can keep it. And it is on all of us to do our duty to keep it. Thank you very much.